Imagine a place where shadows dance, fires roar, and the air is thick with the whispers of lost souls. This is hell, a world beyond comprehension, where suffering and power intertwine in an eternal struggle. It is a land that exists not just in stories, but in the darkest corners of our minds, where fear and fascination meet. Hell is not a chaotic mess, but a structured kingdom with a hierarchy as complex as any earthly empire. At the top sits Lucifer, the fallen angel, whose rebellion against the divine order cast him into this fiery abyss. He rules with an iron fist, his presence commanding both fear and respect. His throne is surrounded by the most powerful of his followers, each with their own domain and authority. Below Lucifer are the archdemons, each one a master of a specific sin or vice. These beings are ancient and terrifying, their power rivaling that of their master. They govern vast legions of lesser demons, ensuring that hell's torturous order is maintained. Each archdemon's domain is a twisted reflection of the sin they embody, a place where souls suffer in ways that defy human imagination. Among these archdemons are the 7 princesses of hell, each one a figure of dark beauty and immense power. Their stories are filled with tragedy and ambition, their roles in hell's hierarchy both fascinating and terrifying. They are Lilith, Asmodeus, Neama, Astarte, Leviathan, Ishith-Zanunim, and Agrit-Bat-Malat. Each princess rules over her own part of hell, their influence reaching into every shadowed corner. Lilith, the first princess, is known for her defiance. Once the first woman, she chose independence over submission, leading to her fall. In hell, she is a symbol of rebellion, her spirit unbroken despite her cursed existence. Her presence is both alluring and deadly, a testament to the power of choice and the consequences it brings. Asmodeus, the enchantress, embodies lust and desire. Her domain is a place of endless temptation, where pleasure and pain are indistinguishable. She is a master manipulator, using her charms to ensnare souls and bend them to her will. Her beauty is unrivaled, but it is a dangerous allure, one that has led countless souls to their doom. Neama, the seductress, is a figure of dark passion. Her power lies in her ability to seduce and corrupt, turning even the purest hearts to darkness. Her realm is a place of eternal night, where forbidden desires are given free rein. She is both feared and adored, her touch a promise of both ecstasy and torment. Astarte, the war princess, is a warrior unmatched in ferocity. Her dominion is a battlefield, where the clash of weapons and the cries of the fallen are a constant symphony. She is a master strategist, her tactics leading to countless victories. Her strength is both physical and mental, a force to be reckoned with in the infernal hierarchy. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, commands the watery abyss. Her power is as vast as the oceans, her wrath as unpredictable as the tides. She is a creature of mystery, her motives as murky as the depths she governs. Her presence is both serene and terrifying, a reminder of the untamed power of nature. Ishith-Zanunim, the Dark Mother, embodies nurturing turned to darkness. Her realm is a place of twisted motherhood, where care and cruelty are inseparable. She is a figure of both comfort and fear, her embrace a promise of both solace and suffering. Her influence extends to all who seek comfort in darkness, her power a reminder of the complex nature of love and care. Agrit-Bat-Malat, the Night Queen, rules the shadows. Her power is greatest under the cover of darkness, where her influence can reach into the deepest fears of the heart. She is a figure of mystery and danger, her presence felt but rarely seen. Her realm is a place of endless night, where fear and desire are in constant conflict. Together, these princesses form a crucial part of hell's hierarchy, their power second only to Lucifer himself. They command respect and fear, their stories a testament to the complexity of hell's order. Each princess's domain is a reflection of her nature, a place where souls are subjected to torments that mirror their sins. Hell's hierarchy is not just about power, but about the roles each being plays in maintaining the infernal order. From Lucifer's throne to the lowest pit, every demon, every soul, has its place. It is a kingdom where suffering is both an art and a science, where the balance of power is maintained through fear, manipulation, and unyielding strength. In this twisted kingdom, the seven princesses stand as pillars of authority, their presence a constant reminder of the power that lies in darkness. Their stories are interwoven with the very fabric of hell, each one adding a unique thread to the tapestry of eternal suffering. They are more than just rulers, they are embodiments of the darkest aspects of the human soul, their power a reflection of the sins that brought them to their thrones. Hell is a place of nightmares, a kingdom of shadows where the line between torment and power is razor-thin. Its hierarchy is a complex web of authority and suffering, where every being plays a part in the eternal dance of darkness. The seven princesses of hell are at the heart of this infernal order, their stories a testament to the power and complexity of the world beyond our own. In a world where light and dark are always at odds, seven stories stand out, each more haunting than the last. These are the tales of the seven princesses of hell, whose origins are as tragic as they are terrifying. Lilith was once the first woman, created as an equal to Adam. Her strength and independence made her a beacon of hope for many. But when she refused to submit to Adam's authority, she was cast out, her defiance marking her as an outcast. She wandered the earth, her heart filled with anger and sorrow, until she found herself in the depths of hell. There, her fierce spirit and unyielding will caught Lucifer's attention. He saw in her the perfect embodiment of rebellion and gave her a throne. Lilith embraced her new role, becoming the first princess of hell, her once gentle heart now hardened by betrayal and pain. Asmodeus, known for her enchanting beauty, was once a mortal woman named Astarte. Her village revered her as a goddess of love and beauty, but jealousy and envy turned her life into a nightmare. Accused of witchcraft, she was hunted and burned at the stake. Her screams echoed through the flames, a plea for justice that went unanswered. Her spirit, consumed by rage and desire for vengeance, descended into hell. Lucifer, moved by her anguish and beauty, offered her a chance to rule. Asmodeus accepted, her new form reflecting the seductive power she wielded in life, but now twisted into something far more dangerous. Neama's story is one of love turned to tragedy. She was a talented musician whose melodies could bring peace to the most troubled souls. Her beauty and talent drew the admiration of a prince, and they fell deeply in love. But their happiness was short-lived. The prince's father, fearing Neama's influence over his son, accused her of using sorcery. She was banished, her heart shattered by the betrayal. In her despair, she turned to the dark arts, seeking power to reclaim her lost love. This path led her to hell, where her sorrow and longing transformed her into the seductress princess, her music now a haunting echo of her lost dreams. Astarte, once a revered warrior queen, led her people with unmatched skill and bravery. Her kingdom flourished under her rule, but peace was a fragile thing. Betrayed by those she trusted most, her empire fell, and she was captured. Her enemies took great pleasure in her downfall, subjecting her to unspeakable tortures. Her spirit, once unbreakable, was shattered into a million pieces. In hell, she found a new purpose. Lucifer saw her potential and offered her a position among the princesses. She accepted, her once noble heart now filled with a burning desire for revenge, making her the war princess of hell. Leviathan's origin is shrouded in the mysteries of the deep. Once a sea goddess worshipped by ancient civilizations, she ruled the oceans with grace and power. But the world changed, and her followers abandoned her for new gods. Her temples fell into ruin, and her name was forgotten. Anger and sorrow twisted her divine form, turning her into a monstrous being. She sank into the darkest depths of the ocean, her heart heavy with betrayal. In hell, her transformation was complete. Lucifer welcomed her as the ruler of the watery abyss, her once serene nature now a storm of rage and power. Aishat-Zanunim, the Dark Mother, was once a healer. Her touch could cure any illness, and she dedicated her life to helping others. But her gifts brought her more enemies than friends. Jealous of her abilities, other healers conspired against her, accusing her of causing the very plague she fought to cure. She was cast out, her reputation ruined. Her grief and anger turned her healing touch into something twisted. When she descended into hell, Lucifer recognized the depth of her pain and gave her a place among the princesses. She became the Dark Mother, her care now a source of suffering rather than solace. Agrit Bat Mollet's tale is one of beauty and darkness intertwined. She was a dancer whose grace and allure captivated all who saw her. Her performances were legendary, drawing admirers from far and wide. But her beauty attracted unwanted attention, and she became the target of a powerful noble's obsession. When she refused his advances, he used his influence to ruin her. Broken and alone, she turned to the shadows, her once bright spirit consumed by darkness. In hell, she found a new stage. Lucifer offered her a throne, and she became the Night Queen, her dances now a mesmerizing blend of beauty and terror. Each princess's origin is a testament to the pain and suffering that brought them to hell. Their stories are marked by betrayal, loss, and the transformation of their once pure hearts into vessels of darkness. These 7 women, once mortal, now rule over their own domains in hell, their power unmatched and their stories forever etched in the annals of the infernal kingdom. In a time long forgotten, when the world was young and innocence was yet to be tainted, there lived a woman of extraordinary strength and beauty. Her name was Lilith. Created from the same earth as Adam, she was meant to be his equal, a partner in the purest sense. But equality was a fleeting dream, and Lilith's spirit could not be contained by the bonds of submission. Lilith's story begins in the Garden of Eden, a paradise of unimaginable beauty. Yet, even in this perfect world, she felt the weight of expectations pressing down on her. Adam wanted a companion who would obey, but Lilith was not one to bow to anyone's will. Her heart burned with the desire for freedom and respect. She spoke her mind and demanded to be treated as an equal, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. Adam's insistence on dominance turned their paradise into a prison for her. Unable to accept a life of subservience, Lilith made a decision that would change her fate forever. She uttered a powerful, forbidden name of God and rose into the air, leaving Eden behind. Her departure was an act of defiance, a refusal to accept a role that diminished her true self. But freedom came at a cost. As she left the garden, the light that once surrounded her dimmed, and the warmth of paradise turned to a cold, harsh reality. Lilith wandered the earth, her heart filled with sorrow and anger. She encountered demons and dark spirits, beings who thrived in the shadows. Instead of fearing them, she found solace in their company. They did not judge her for her defiance, they admired her strength. As she journeyed further from the light of Eden, she embraced the darkness that had always been a part of her. It was during this time that Lilith encountered Lucifer. The fallen angel, once a bearer of light, saw in Lilith a kindred spirit. He recognized her pain, her strength, and her unyielding will. He offered her a place by his side, a throne in the underworld where she could rule as she saw fit. Lilith, tired of wandering and seeking a place where she could truly belong, accepted his offer. She became the first princess of hell, her new kingdom reflecting the turmoil and power within her. In hell, Lilith's powers grew. She was not just a ruler, she was a force of nature. Her defiance and independence became her greatest strengths. She could control the night and bend shadows to her will. Her voice could command the fiercest of demons, and her presence alone could instill fear or desire in the hearts of those who saw her. She became a symbol of power and rebellion, a beacon for those who felt oppressed or overlooked. Lilith's influence extended beyond the boundaries of hell. In the mortal world, her name became both a curse and a legend. She was blamed for the deaths of infants and the seduction of men, her image twisted into that of a monstrous demoness. Yet, to those who understood her true nature, she was a symbol of resistance and empowerment. Women who felt trapped by societal norms would whisper her name, drawing strength from her story. Her domain in hell was a place of beauty and terror. Dark forests with trees that seemed to whisper secrets, rivers of fire that cast an eerie glow, and towering cliffs that overlooked vast, stormy seas. In the center of this chaotic landscape stood her palace, a grand structure of black stone and crimson glass. Within its walls, Lilith held court, her presence commanding respect and loyalty from even the most fearsome of demons. Lilith's powers were vast and varied. She could enter the dreams of mortals, weaving nightmares that reflected their deepest fears. Her touch could heal or harm, depending on her intent. She had the ability to transform, shifting from a figure of haunting beauty to a creature of pure darkness. But perhaps her greatest power was her influence. Her story inspired rebellion and defiance, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, strength and independence could shine through. Despite her fearsome reputation, Lilith was not without compassion. She had a soft spot for the broken and the lost, those who had been cast aside by society. She welcomed them into her domain, offering them a place where they could find solace and purpose. Under her rule, they found strength in their pain, turning their suffering into a source of power. Lilith's relationship with Lucifer was one of mutual respect and understanding. They were partners in every sense of the word, their bond forged in the fires of defiance and rebellion. While Lucifer ruled with an iron fist, Lilith's approach was more nuanced. She understood the complexities of the heart and the mind, using her insight to manipulate and control in ways that brute force never could. As the first princess of hell, Lilith set a precedent for those who followed. She showed that strength could come from suffering, that power could be born from pain. Her story was one of tragedy and triumph, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to be broken. Lilith's name, once spoken with fear and contempt, became a symbol of empowerment and resistance. Her tale was a reminder that even in the darkest of places, there is light to be found. She was a queen of shadows, a ruler of the night, and her legacy was one of strength, defiance, and unyielding will. In a small village, surrounded by rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a woman whose beauty was beyond compare. Her name was Astarte, and she was the heart of the village, her enchanting presence a source of joy and admiration for all who knew her. Her eyes sparkled with a light that seemed to come from within, and her laughter was like music, lifting the spirits of everyone around her. Astarte was not just beautiful, she was kind and talented. She had a gift for weaving stories and casting spells with her words. People from far and wide came to listen to her tales, each one more mesmerizing than the last. Her voice had a magical quality, a soothing, hypnotic cadence that drew people in and held them captive. She was the embodiment of grace and charm, her every movement a dance, her every word a spell. But as with all things too perfect, jealousy began to brew. Some whispered that her beauty was unnatural, that her talents were not her own but the result of dark magic. Envy turned friends into foes, and admiration into suspicion. The seeds of doubt were sown, and it wasn't long before they took root and grew into something much darker. One cold, moonless night, a group of villagers, driven by their envy and fear, stormed Astarte's home. They dragged her out into the village square, accusing her of witchcraft and demanding her death. Her pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears. They tied her to a stake and set it alight, her screams piercing the night, her once beautiful face twisted in pain and terror. As the flames consumed her, something extraordinary happened. Astarte's spirit, filled with rage and sorrow, did not fade away. Instead, it grew stronger, more powerful. Her agony and betrayal transformed her, turning her into something far beyond the mortal realm. She descended into hell, her heart now a vessel of wrath and vengeance. In hell, Lucifer watched her arrival with keen interest. He saw in her a soul forged in fire, a spirit unbroken by suffering. He offered her a throne among the princesses of hell, a place where she could wield her newfound power. Astarte accepted, her heart hardened, her beauty now a weapon. She took on a new name, Asmodeus, the enchantress, her form as captivating as it was dangerous. Asmodeus' powers were vast and varied. She had the ability to manipulate emotions, bending them to her will. Her voice could charm even the most hardened souls, making them bend to her desires. She could create illusions so real that they could drive a person to madness, their mind trapped in a web of her making. Her beauty was a curse and a blessing, a tool she wielded with deadly precision. Her domain in hell was a place of twisted beauty. The air was thick with the scent of exotic flowers, their colors vibrant yet unsettling. The ground was covered in a soft, mossy carpet that seemed to whisper secrets with every step. Dark, towering trees cast long shadows, their branches swaying as if alive. In the center of this eerie paradise stood her palace, a structure of black marble and silver, its walls adorned with mirrors that reflected not the present, but the darkest desires of those who looked into them. Asmodeus' influence extended far beyond her domain. She was the master of temptation, her presence felt in every whispered desire and forbidden thought. She could enter the dreams of mortals, turning their deepest desires into nightmares that left them yearning for her touch. Her influence was subtle yet pervasive, a constant pull that could lead even the most virtuous astray. Despite her fearsome reputation, there was a depth to Asmodeus that few understood. Beneath her exterior of icy beauty and ruthless power was a soul that had known great love and great loss. Her heart, though hardened, still held the memory of the village that had once been her home, the people who had once been her friends. Her sorrow was a constant companion, a reminder of the humanity she had left behind. Asmodeus' relationship with the other princesses of Hell was complex. Some saw her as an ally, others as a rival. Lilith, the first princess, respected her strength and the tragic story that had shaped her. They shared a bond forged in suffering and defiance, their friendship a rare and precious thing in the dark world they inhabited. To those who sought her out, Asmodeus was both a savior and a destroyer. She could grant their deepest desires, but always at a cost. Her gifts were never given freely, her favors always came with strings attached. She reveled in the power she held over others, but there were moments, fleeting and rare, when the mask slipped, and the pain beneath her beauty was revealed. Asmodeus' legend grew, her name whispered in hushed tones by those who feared and revered her. She was a symbol of the duality of beauty and danger, of love and vengeance. Her story was a testament to the power of transformation, to the strength that could be found in the darkest of places. In Hell, Asmodeus ruled with a grace and ferocity that left none in doubt of her power. She was an enchantress, a seductress, a queen of shadows. Her origins, rooted in betrayal and pain, shaped her into a force of nature, her every action a reminder of the beauty and danger that lay within her. On a moonlit night, in a land where music and magic intertwined, there was a woman whose voice could enchant even the coldest of hearts. Her name was Neema, and her beauty was legendary, her talent unparalleled. She was a musician whose melodies could bring peace to the most troubled souls. Her songs were filled with such emotion that they could make even the strongest of men weep. Neema's life was a tapestry of love and sorrow, woven together with threads of joy and despair. She was adored by many, her performances drawing crowds from far and wide. Among her admirers was a prince, a man of great power and gentle heart. They fell deeply in love, their bond a perfect harmony of hearts and souls. But their happiness was short-lived. The prince's father, a king consumed by fear and jealousy, saw Neema as a threat. He believed her music held a dangerous power over his son and accused her of sorcery. Torn from her lover's arms, Neema was cast out, banished from the kingdom she had come to call home. Her heart shattered, her spirit broken, she wandered the lands, her once joyful melodies now a haunting lament of lost love. Each note she played was filled with her pain, each song a cry for the happiness that had been stolen from her. One fateful night, as she played her sorrowful tune beneath the stars, something extraordinary happened. The ground beneath her opened up, and she was pulled into the depths of hell. Her descent was swift, her cries for help echoing in the darkness. When she reached the infernal kingdom, Lucifer himself stood before her, his eyes gleaming with a mix of curiosity and pity. Lucifer saw in Neema a soul whose beauty and pain were unmatched. He offered her a throne among the princesses of Hell, a place where her talents could be used to their fullest potential. Neema, her heart still aching from her betrayal, accepted his offer. She became the seductress, her music now a weapon, her beauty a tool of manipulation. In Hell, Neema's powers flourished. Her voice could mesmerize and control, bending even the strongest wills to her desires. She could weave dreams and nightmares, her melodies a siren call that none could resist. Her beauty was a double-edged sword, capable of inspiring both love and fear. With a mere glance, she could ensnare hearts and minds, leading them down a path of pleasure and torment. Neema's domain was a place of intoxicating beauty and perilous allure. Gardens of forbidden flowers bloomed in vibrant, unnatural colors, their scents as alluring as they were deadly. Crystal-clear lakes reflected the stars, but their depths held creatures of nightmare. Her palace was a structure of ivory and gold, filled with music that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. It was a place where desire and danger walked hand in hand, where every pleasure came with a hidden cost. Neama's influence reached far beyond her domain. In the mortal world, her name was spoken in hushed tones, both feared and revered. Her presence could be felt in moments of weakness and temptation, her songs a whisper in the back of one's mind. She was a master of seduction, her power subtle yet overwhelming. To those who fell under her spell, she offered a glimpse of paradise, but always with a price. Despite her fearsome reputation, Neama was not without compassion. She understood the pain of loss and betrayal, the depths of sorrow that could drive one to the brink of despair. In her own way, she offered solace to the broken and the lost, drawing them into her embrace and offering them a temporary respite from their suffering. But her comfort was fleeting, a momentary escape that often led to deeper entanglements. Neama's relationship with the other princesses of Hell was marked by a blend of rivalry and camaraderie. They respected her talents and feared her influence, knowing that her beauty and charm could sway even the most steadfast of allies. Lilith, in particular, saw in Neama a reflection of her own pain and strength. Their bond was one of mutual respect, a rare connection in a world ruled by power and ambition. Neama's story was one of transformation, from a beloved musician to a feared seductress. Her journey was a testament to the enduring power of love and loss, to the ways in which pain could be both a source of strength and a weapon of destruction. Her melodies, once filled with joy, now carried the weight of her suffering, each note a reminder of the life she had lost and the power she had gained. In Hell, Neama reigned with a grace and ferocity that left none in doubt of her power. She was a queen of seduction, a master of manipulation, her beauty and talent a deadly combination. Her story was a haunting melody, a song of love and vengeance that echoed through the infernal kingdom, a reminder of the price of betrayal and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Neama's legend grew, her name forever etched in the annals of Hell's history. She was a symbol of the duality of beauty and danger, of love and vengeance. Her tale was a testament to the power of transformation, to the strength that could be found in the darkest of places. She was a seductress, a queen of shadows, her legacy one of haunting beauty and unyielding power. In a time when kingdoms rose and fell like waves upon the shore, there was a warrior whose name struck fear into the hearts of her enemies and inspired unwavering loyalty in her followers. Her name was Astarte, and she was born on a battlefield. Her first cries mingled with the clash of swords and the screams of the dying. She was destined for greatness from the moment she took her first breath. Astarte's father was a renowned general, and her mother a fierce warrior queen. From them, she inherited not only a royal lineage but also an indomitable spirit and a tactical mind that far surpassed her years. As a child, she trained with the best soldiers in the kingdom, mastering the art of combat and the strategies of war. By the time she was a young woman, Astarte had already proven herself in numerous battles, her name becoming synonymous with victory and strength. But Astarte's rise to power was not without its trials. Her kingdom, though mighty, was surrounded by enemies who envied its wealth and feared its strength. Betrayal came from within, as those who coveted her throne conspired against her. One fateful night, a coup was launched, and Astarte found herself fighting not just for her crown, but for her life. In the dead of night, she fled her palace, her once loyal guards turned against her. With nothing but her sword and the clothes on her back, she escaped into the wilderness. Days turned into weeks as she wandered through forests and mountains, evading capture and gathering strength. Her heart burned with a desire for revenge, her mind consumed with plans to reclaim her throne. During her exile, Astarte encountered a mysterious figure, an ancient being who recognized her potential. This being, neither fully human nor divine, offered her a choice: remain in exile, a forgotten princess, or embrace a darker path that would grant her the power to reclaim her kingdom and exact her vengeance. Astarte, her heart hardened by betrayal, chose the latter. The transformation was both painful and exhilarating. She was granted powers that surpassed mortal understanding. Her strength increased tenfold, her reflexes sharpened, and her mind became a weapon as deadly as her sword. But with these powers came a price. She was no longer fully human, she had become something more, something darker. Returning to her kingdom, Astarte was a force of nature. She led her loyal followers into battle, her presence alone enough to turn the tide. Her enemies fell before her like chaff in the wind, their fear palpable. She reclaimed her throne, her vengeance swift and merciless. Those who had betrayed her were shown no mercy, their screams echoing through the halls of her palace. But her victory was bittersweet. The power she had gained set her apart from her people. She was revered and feared in equal measure. Her once warm heart had grown cold, her soul scarred by betrayal and the weight of her choices. She ruled with an iron fist, her kingdom prospering under her watchful eye, but the cost of her power was a loneliness that could not be eased. Astarte's transformation did not go unnoticed by the denizens of hell. Lucifer, always on the lookout for powerful allies, saw in her a kindred spirit. He extended an invitation, offering her a throne among the princesses of hell. Astarte, her heart still burning with the fires of war and vengeance, accepted. She became the war princess, her dominion one of chaos and conflict. In hell, Astarte's powers reached their full potential. She could summon legions of demonic soldiers with a mere thought, her command over them absolute. Her presence on the battlefield was terrifying, her strategies flawless. She could manipulate the very essence of war, causing weapons to shatter and armor to crumble with a glance. Her roar could incite madness, her silence inspire dread. Her domain was a landscape of eternal battle. Fields of ash and fire stretched as far as the eye could see, the ground littered with the remnants of countless skirmishes. Blackened trees stood like sentinels, their branches twisted and gnarled. In the center of this desolation stood her fortress, a monolith of iron and stone, its walls echoing with the sounds of clashing steel and the cries of the fallen. Astarte's influence was felt far beyond her domain. In the mortal world, her name was invoked by warriors seeking strength and victory. She was both a patron and a curse, her favor granting unparalleled power but at a terrible cost. Her presence could turn the tide of battle, her favor sought by kings and generals alike. Despite her fearsome reputation, Astarte was not without a sense of honor. She respected strength and valor, even in her enemies. Those who faced her with courage and skill earned her respect, their names remembered long after their deaths. But woe to those who showed cowardice or betrayal. Her vengeance was swift and brutal, their fate sealed by their own actions. Astarte's relationship with the other princesses of hell was one of mutual respect and wary alliances. They recognized her power and the strategic mind that made her a formidable ally and a dangerous foe. Lilith and Neema, in particular, saw in her a reflection of their own strength and resilience, their bond forged in the fires of their respective trials. As the war princess, Astarte ruled with a blend of strength and strategy. Her story was one of resilience and transformation, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. She was a warrior, a queen, a force of nature. Her tale was a reminder that even in the darkest of places, the fires of courage and determination could burn bright. Astarte's legacy grew, her name forever etched in the annals of hell's history. She was a symbol of strength and defiance, her story a beacon for those who faced insurmountable odds. She was the war princess, a queen of battle, her legacy one of unyielding power and indomitable will. The night was eerily silent, the sea as still as glass, when a child was born beneath the waves. Her cries echoed through the water, a haunting sound that foretold her destiny. She was Leviathan, destined to become the ruler of the deep, a being of immense power and mystery. From her earliest days, Leviathan was different. She was not like the other children of the sea. Her eyes gleamed with an unnatural light, her presence causing the water to stir and tremble. She could communicate with the creatures of the deep, her voice a soothing melody that calmed even the most fearsome of beasts. As she grew, so did her powers, her connection to the ocean becoming stronger with each passing day. Leviathan's mother, a powerful sea witch, recognized the potential in her daughter. She taught Leviathan the ancient ways of the ocean, secrets passed down through generations. Under her mother's guidance, Leviathan learned to control the tides, to summon storms, and to navigate the darkest depths. Her mother also warned her of the dangers that came with such power, the temptations that could lead her astray. But tragedy struck when Leviathan's mother was killed by a band of marauding pirates. Consumed by grief and rage, Leviathan unleashed her fury upon the intruders, calling forth a maelstrom that swallowed their ships whole. Her vengeance was swift and terrible, the sea turning red with their blood. In that moment, she realized the full extent of her powers and the responsibility that came with them. In the aftermath of her mother's death, Leviathan retreated to the deepest parts of the ocean, a place of darkness and solitude. It was there that she found her true calling. She became the guardian of the deep, a protector of the creatures that dwelled in its depths. Her rule was just but stern, her presence a constant reminder of the balance that must be maintained. Leviathan's powers were vast and awe-inspiring. She could control the very essence of the ocean, bending it to her will. She could create massive whirlpools that could swallow entire fleets, summon towering waves that could wash away cities, and command sea creatures of all shapes and sizes. Her voice could calm the most turbulent waters or incite them to fury. Her eyes could see through the darkest depths, her mind attuned to the slightest changes in the water. Her influence extended far beyond her watery domain. She was revered and feared by sailors and fishermen alike, her name invoked in both prayers and curses. Legends of her power spread across the world, tales of her wrath and her mercy passed down through generations. She was both a goddess and a monster, a figure of both terror and awe. Despite her fearsome reputation, Leviathan was not without compassion. She understood the delicate balance of life in the ocean, the need to protect the vulnerable and to punish the wicked. She was a ruler who cared deeply for her subjects, her heart aching for the loss and suffering she saw. Her compassion, however, was tempered by a fierce sense of justice. Those who threatened the ocean or its inhabitants faced her unyielding wrath. Leviathan's relationship with the other princesses of hell was complex. They respected her power and her dedication to her domain, but they also feared her unpredictable nature. She was a force of nature, her emotions as turbulent as the sea she ruled. Yet, there was a mutual respect among them, a recognition of the shared burden of their roles. Among her most notable encounters was with Astarte, the war princess. Their meeting was one of both conflict and camaraderie. Astarte sought Leviathan's aid in a great battle, knowing that her power over the sea could turn the tide. Leviathan, wary but intrigued, agreed to assist. Together, they unleashed a storm of unparalleled fury, their combined might overwhelming their enemies. In the aftermath, a bond of respect was forged, a rare alliance between two powerful beings. Leviathan's influence was not confined to the ocean. She had the ability to enter the dreams of mortals, her presence felt in their deepest fears and desires. She could guide those lost at sea, leading them to safety or to their doom, depending on their intentions. Her power over water extended to the very blood in their veins, her influence subtle yet profound. Despite her immense power, Leviathan was often lonely. Her domain, while vast and filled with life, was also a place of solitude. She longed for companionship, for someone who understood the weight of her responsibilities. This loneliness was a constant companion, a reminder of the sacrifices she had made. Leviathan's story is one of transformation and resilience. From a child of the sea to the ruler of its darkest depths, her journey is a testament to the strength and adaptability of the human spirit. Her tale is filled with both sorrow and triumph, a reflection of the dual nature of the ocean itself. In hell, Leviathan's power was unparalleled. She ruled with a blend of compassion and severity, her every decision guided by a deep understanding of the balance of life. Her name was spoken with both reverence and fear, a reminder of the power that lay beneath the waves. She was the ruler of the deep, a guardian of the ocean, her legacy one of strength, compassion, and unyielding justice. In a secluded forest, under the shadow of ancient trees, a woman gave birth to a child of extraordinary beauty. Her name was Aishat Zanunim, and from the moment she entered the world, there was an otherworldly aura about her. Her mother, a wise healer, sensed the dark power that pulsed within her daughter's veins, a power that both terrified and fascinated her. Aishith grew up surrounded by nature's beauty, learning the ways of healing from her mother. She was a quick learner, her touch soothing wounds and her voice calming troubled minds. But as she matured, Aishith began to notice that her abilities extended beyond mere healing. She could sense the fears and desires of those around her, manipulating them with ease. Her eyes, a deep shade of emerald, seemed to see into the very souls of people. One day, as she wandered through the forest, Aishith encountered a wounded creature unlike any she had seen before. It was a demon, banished from the depths of hell, its form both terrifying and majestic. Despite her fear, Aishith felt a strange connection to the creature. She tended to its wounds, her touch gentle yet firm. As the demon healed, it revealed its true nature to her, sensing the dormant power within her. It spoke of a destiny that awaited her, a role that would elevate her beyond the mortal realm. Intrigued and compelled, Aishith followed the demon to a hidden cave deep within the forest. There, she encountered a portal that led to the underworld. As she stepped through, her body was enveloped in darkness, her senses overwhelmed by the raw energy of hell. When she emerged on the other side, she was no longer the gentle healer. She had become Aishith Zanunim, the Dark Mother, a being of immense power and influence. In hell, Aishith's powers flourished. She was able to manipulate the very essence of life and death, her touch capable of both healing and causing immense pain. She could bring forth new life with a mere thought, her creations both beautiful and monstrous. Her influence extended far and wide, her name whispered with reverence and feared by the denizens of hell. Aishith's domain was a place of contrasts. Lush gardens filled with vibrant flowers and twisted, thorny vines coexisted with barren wastelands. Her palace, a grand structure of black stone and emerald glass, was a reflection of her dual nature. Inside, the walls were adorned with tapestries depicting scenes of both creation and destruction, a testament to her power and influence. Despite her dark powers, Aishith retained a sense of compassion. She was a mother figure to many, her heart aching for the lost and the broken. She offered solace to those who sought it, her presence a balm to their tortured souls. But her kindness came with a price. Those who betrayed her trust faced her wrath, her vengeance swift and merciless. Aishith's powers were vast and varied. She could manipulate the minds and emotions of others, bending them to her will. Her voice could soothe or terrify, her words capable of inspiring love or fear. She could summon and control demonic creatures, her army of loyal followers ready to do her bidding. Her touch could heal the gravest of wounds or cause unimaginable pain. She was a master of life and death, her influence extending to every corner of hell. Her relationship with the other princesses of hell was complex. They respected her power and influence, recognizing the unique role she played in the underworld. Lilith saw in her a kindred spirit, a fellow mother figure who understood the weight of their responsibilities. Neama admired her ability to manipulate and control, while Astarte respected her strategic mind. Leviathan, though wary of her powers, acknowledged the balance Aishith brought to their world. Aishith's influence extended beyond hell, reaching into the mortal world. Her name was invoked by those seeking fertility and protection, her presence felt in moments of creation and destruction. She was a symbol of both life and death, her dual nature reflected in the world around her. Those who called upon her did so with both reverence and fear, knowing that her favor could bring great blessings or terrible curses. Despite her immense power, Aishith was often haunted by her past. She remembered the days spent with her mother, the simplicity of her life before she embraced her destiny. Her heart ached for the innocence she had lost, the gentle healer she once was. But she knew that her path was set, her role as the Dark Mother an essential part of the balance of life and death. Aishith's story is one of transformation and acceptance. From a gentle healer to a powerful ruler, her journey is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. Her tale is filled with both sorrow and triumph, a reflection of the duality of her nature. She is a mother, a creator, and a destroyer, her legacy one of immense power and enduring compassion. In hell, Aishit-Zanunim ruled with a blend of strength and empathy. Her name was spoken with both awe and fear, a reminder of the delicate balance of life and death. She was the Dark Mother, a guardian of the underworld, her legacy one of unyielding power and boundless compassion. Under the velvet cloak of night, when the world was quiet and the shadows danced, a child was born under a moonless sky. Her name was Agrit Bat Malat, and from her first breath, she was entwined with the darkness. Her mother, a sorceress of great power, knew that her daughter was destined for a life unlike any other. She saw in Agrit the potential for greatness and fearsome power, a power that would come to define her very existence. Agrit grew up surrounded by the mysteries of the night. While other children played in the daylight, she reveled in the twilight hours, exploring the secrets hidden in the shadows. Her mother taught her the ancient arts of witchcraft and enchantment, passing down knowledge that had been guarded for generations. Agrit learned to harness the energy of the night, drawing strength from the darkness that enveloped her. As she matured, Agrit's powers became undeniable. She could manipulate the shadows, bending them to her will. She could summon creatures of the night, commanding them with a mere whisper. Her eyes, as dark as the void, could see through the deepest darkness, revealing truths hidden from mortal sight. Her beauty was otherworldly, captivating all who looked upon her, but there was an aura of danger that surrounded her, a reminder of the power she wielded. One fateful night, Agrit encountered a figure cloaked in shadows, a being who recognized her potential. This being was Lucifer, the fallen angel, who saw in her a reflection of his own defiance and power. He offered her a place in his domain, a realm where she could fully embrace her destiny. Agrit, driven by a desire for power and a sense of belonging, accepted his offer. In hell, Agrit was transformed. She became the Night Queen, a ruler of the dark and the unseen. Her domain was a place of perpetual twilight, a landscape where shadows reigned supreme. Her palace, a structure of black marble and obsidian, stood as a testament to her power and influence. The walls were adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change with the passing of the night, a living reflection of the darkness that enveloped her. Agrit's powers were vast and varied. She could manipulate the dreams of mortals, slipping into their minds as they slept and weaving visions of wonder or terror. She could summon the creatures of the night, commanding them to do her bidding. Her voice, a soft and melodic whisper, could soothe the most troubled souls or incite fear in the bravest of hearts. She had the ability to cloak herself in shadows, becoming invisible to all but the most discerning eyes. Her influence extended far beyond her domain. Agrit was revered and feared by those who walked in the night. She was a protector of the lost and the wanderers, offering solace to those who sought it. But her kindness was tempered by a fierce sense of justice. Those who dared to defy her or threaten her domain faced her wrath, their fate sealed by the darkness she commanded. Agrit's relationship with the other princesses of hell was one of mutual respect and wary alliances. They recognized her power and the unique role she played in their world. Lilith admired her ability to manipulate and control, seeing in her a kindred spirit. Neama respected her strategic mind, while Astarte saw in her a powerful ally. Leviathan, though cautious, acknowledged the balance Agrit brought to their world. Aishit-Zanunim, the Dark Mother, found in her a companion who understood the delicate balance of light and dark. Among Agrit's most notable encounters was with the mortal world. She often walked among humans, her presence felt in the quiet moments of the night. She was a muse to artists and poets, inspiring them with visions of beauty and darkness. Her name was invoked in rituals and prayers, a symbol of the power and mystery of the night. Those who sought her favor did so with both reverence and fear, knowing that her blessings came with a price. Despite her fearsome reputation, Agrit was not without compassion. She understood the struggles of those who walked in the darkness, the fears and desires that drove them. She offered guidance and protection to those who needed it, her presence a beacon in the darkest of times. But her kindness was not to be mistaken for weakness. She was a ruler who demanded respect, her power a constant reminder of the balance she maintained. Agrit's powers extended to the very fabric of the night. She could control the passage of time, slowing it to a crawl or speeding it up at will. She could manipulate the stars, their light bending to her command. Her influence was felt in the tides and the winds, the very elements bending to her will. Her presence was a constant reminder of the power and mystery of the night, a force to be reckoned with. Her story is one of transformation and acceptance. From a child of the night to the ruler of its darkest corners, Agrit's journey is a testament to the strength and adaptability of the human spirit. Her tale is filled with both sorrow and triumph, a reflection of the duality of her nature. She is a queen, a protector, and a force of nature, her legacy one of unyielding power and enduring compassion. In hell, Agrit Bat Mallet ruled with a blend of strength and empathy. Her name was spoken with both awe and fear, a reminder of the delicate balance of light and dark. She was the Night Queen, a guardian of the unseen, her legacy one of unyielding power and boundless compassion. In the depths of hell, where shadows danced and flames flickered, the 7 princesses of hell wove a complex tapestry of alliances and rivalries, their interactions marked by both fierce conflict and deep camaraderie. Each princess brought her unique essence to the underworld, creating a dynamic where power, respect, and enmity coexisted in a fragile balance. Lilith, the first princess, stood as a figure of authority and primal power. Her rule was defined by strength and a fierce independence that both commanded respect and sparked jealousy. Her relationship with the other princesses was one of guarded respect. Though her influence was unrivaled, she often found herself at odds with those who felt overshadowed by her dominance. Lilith's presence was a reminder of the old ways, a constant force that shaped the interactions among the princesses. Agrit Bat Mallet, the Night Queen, was a force of mystery and allure. Her domain of shadows and dreams contrasted sharply with Lilith's fiery realm. Agrit's ability to manipulate the night gave her an enigmatic edge, allowing her to move among the other princesses with a grace that masked her true intentions. Her interactions were often marked by an air of intrigue as she navigated the delicate balance between alliances and rivalries. Neema, the seductress, wielded her powers of charm and persuasion with a deft touch. Her relationships with the other princesses were defined by a dance of attraction and manipulation. She often played the role of mediator, using her influence to forge alliances or exacerbate conflicts depending on her own interests. Her presence was a double-edged sword, capable of both uniting and dividing those around her. Astarte, the war princess, was a warrior through and through. Her role in the underworld was defined by her strategic mind and battlefield prowess. Her relationships with the other princesses were shaped by mutual respect, though her warrior nature often put her at odds with those who preferred subtler forms of power. Astarte's alliances were built on strength and shared goals, her influence felt in the heat of battle and the strategy of war. Aishat Zanunim, the Dark Mother, brought a nurturing yet formidable presence to the dynamics among the princesses. Her ability to create and destroy life gave her a unique position in the hierarchy of hell. Her interactions were often characterized by a blend of compassion and authority, her role as a mother figure adding a layer of complexity to her relationships with the other princesses. Her alliances were formed through shared understanding and respect for the balance of life and death. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, was a figure of awe and reverence. Her dominion over the ocean's depths made her a unique force among the princesses. Her interactions were marked by a sense of solemnity and respect, her power over the sea contrasting with the fiery and shadowy realms of her counterparts. Leviathan's alliances were often built on mutual recognition of each other's strengths, her influence extending far beyond the underworld into the mortal world. As the princesses navigated their complex relationships, their interactions with other demons and entities in hell added another layer of intrigue. Each princess had her own network of followers and allies, their influence extending into various corners of the underworld. These relationships were marked by a constant ebb and flow of power, with each princess leveraging her own strengths to gain favor or undermine her rivals. The dynamics among the princesses were not static but constantly evolving. Alliances were formed and broken with shifting motivations and changing circumstances. Neema's charm could sway allegiances, while Astarte's strategic maneuvers could reshape the balance of power. Lilith's authority often set the tone, but Agrit's ability to manipulate dreams and Aishith's control over life and death added layers of complexity to their interactions. In their interactions with other demons and entities, the princesses often found themselves in delicate negotiations or fierce confrontations. Their power was both a boon and a burden, their influence felt in every corner of hell. Whether forging alliances with lesser demons or clashing with rival factions, the princesses navigated their world with a blend of strength, strategy, and subtlety. Each princess's influence extended beyond mere power. Their relationships with other beings in hell reflected their own personalities and roles. Lilith's authority commanded respect, Agrit's allure captivated and intrigued, Neama's charm manipulated and united, Astarte's strength inspired fear and admiration. Aishith's nurturing presence offered solace and strength, and Leviathan's deep connection to the sea evoked awe and reverence. As they interacted with one another and the myriad entities within hell, the princesses wove a web of relationships marked by both tension and cooperation. Their roles were not just defined by their individual powers, but by their ability to navigate the intricate dynamics of their world. Each interaction, each alliance and rivalry, added to the rich tapestry of their existence, a reflection of the complex and ever-changing nature of the underworld. In the hushed whispers of ancient texts and the crackling of old scrolls, the tales of the 7 princesses of hell have echoed through the ages. These stories, passed down through generations, paint a vivid picture of the princesses' power and influence, their roles in shaping the fate of worlds both mortal and infernal. One of the earliest accounts speaks of Lilith, the first princess, as the primal force behind creation and chaos. In this legend, she is depicted as a figure of immense beauty and fearsome strength. She is said to have roamed the earth before the formation of human civilization, a force of nature whose presence was felt in the very fabric of the world. The legends tell of how she defied the gods, her rebellion a symbol of unyielding independence. Stories recount her as a tempestuous spirit, her eyes blazing with defiance, as she carved her place in the darkened skies of hell. Agrit Bat-Malat, the Night Queen, is a figure whose presence is felt in the silences of the night and the whispers of dreams. In various cultures, she is associated with the mysteries of the night and the secrets it holds. Ancient Jewish texts describe her as a night demon, a spectral figure who prowls the dark hours. Her influence is seen in the ways she has been portrayed as a seductress and guardian of nocturnal secrets. In some modern depictions, she appears as a beautiful yet enigmatic figure, her dark, penetrating eyes embodying the allure and danger of the unknown. The Night Queen's cultural representation captures both her enigmatic charm and her power over the unseen. Neama, the seductress, has been portrayed through the ages as the embodiment of temptation and desire. Her cultural representations often highlight her enchanting beauty and persuasive power. In Jewish folklore, she is sometimes depicted as a demoness who lures men to their doom, her charm a weapon of destruction. Throughout literature and art, Neama is frequently shown as a captivating figure, her allure both irresistible and dangerous. Her depictions often explore the themes of seduction and the consequences of falling under her spell, reflecting her role as a master of manipulation and desire. Astarte, the war princess, is remembered in cultural representations as a powerful warrior and strategist. In ancient Phoenician and Canaanite cultures, she was worshipped as a goddess of war and fertility, her image often adorned with symbols of strength and combat. Artistic depictions show her with weapons and armor, her presence commanding respect and fear. In modern interpretations, Astarte's image continues to embody martial prowess and strategic acumen, her role as a fierce warrior reflected in literature and visual art. Her cultural representation captures the essence of her power and the awe she inspired. Aishith-Zanunim, the Dark Mother, has been portrayed as both a nurturing and formidable figure in various cultural contexts. Her role as a creator and destroyer is reflected in her depictions as a motherly figure with a dark edge. In some ancient texts, she is shown as a goddess of fertility and creation, her influence over life and death a central theme. Modern representations often highlight her dual nature, portraying her as both a protector and a harbinger of doom. Her cultural imagery evokes a sense of both solace and fear, capturing the complexity of her character. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, is a figure of awe and reverence in cultural representations. In biblical texts, she is depicted as a colossal sea serpent, a creature of immense power that embodies the chaos of the ocean. Ancient artistic depictions show her as a monstrous figure, her scales and eyes reflecting the vast and mysterious depths of the sea. In contemporary culture, Leviathan continues to be represented as a formidable and majestic entity, her power over the ocean's depths a symbol of both grandeur and terror. Her cultural image evokes the majesty and fear of the natural world, capturing the essence of her dominion over the deep. These cultural representations of the seven princesses of hell are more than mere images, they are reflections of the fears, desires, and beliefs of the societies that created them. Each princess is depicted in ways that reveal the values and anxieties of different cultures, their stories woven into the fabric of folklore and mythology. Through art, literature, and ritual, the princesses continue to evoke powerful emotions, their legacies a testament to the enduring impact of their mythic presence. The ancient tales of the seven princesses of hell continue to captivate imaginations in the modern world, where these figures have been reimagined and reinterpreted in ways that bring their dark and compelling stories to new audiences. Their presence in contemporary culture is both haunting and transformative, reflecting our ongoing fascination with the mythic and the mysterious. Agrit Bat Mallet, the Night Queen, is remembered in the tales as a mysterious and alluring figure whose power over the night was both feared and revered. Ancient texts describe her as a guardian of secrets and dreams, her influence stretching across the mortal realm through the veil of night. In one particularly poignant legend, she is said to have intervened in the life of a lost traveler. The traveler, wandering aimlessly through the darkened forest, found solace in the Night Queen's presence. Agrit's whispered promises of guidance and safety were like a balm to his weary soul, her compassion a rare gift in a world of shadows. Neema, the seductress, is a figure of both enchantment and danger in the historical accounts. She is often portrayed as a mesmerizing temptress whose charm could sway even the strongest of wills. One legend tells of a great king who, captivated by her beauty and allure, lost his kingdom and his soul to her manipulations. Neema's power to enchant and deceive was a double-edged sword, her influence leaving a trail of both adoration and ruin. Her presence in these tales is marked by a blend of beauty and treachery, a reminder of the complexities of desire and control. Astarte, the war princess, is remembered as a fierce and strategic warrior whose battles shaped the destiny of many. Legends recount her as a formidable force on the battlefield, her presence a symbol of unyielding strength and tactical brilliance. In one poignant story, she led an army against a formidable foe, her strategies turning the tide of war and ensuring victory for her allies. Her legacy in these tales is one of valor and leadership, her influence extending far beyond the confines of hell into the annals of history. Aishat Zanunim, the Dark Mother, is depicted in the legends as a figure of both creation and destruction. Her role as a nurturer of life and a harbinger of death is vividly portrayed in ancient stories. One particularly moving account describes her as a mother who, despite her own suffering, extended her compassion to a realm of souls in turmoil. Her ability to bring solace and destruction in equal measure is a testament to her complex nature, her influence a reflection of the duality of existence. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, is remembered in the ancient accounts as a majestic and awe-inspiring figure whose power over the oceans was unparalleled. The legends speak of her as a guardian of the deep, her presence both a source of awe and fear. One story tells of a great storm that threatened to engulf a coastal city. Leviathan, rising from the depths, calmed the seas and saved the city from certain destruction. Her power and grace were seen as a balance of both mercy and might, her influence felt in every wave and tempest. These historical accounts and legends are more than mere stories, they are reflections of the princess's enduring impact on the world. Each tale carries with it a sense of reverence and trepidation, capturing the essence of the princess's power and the profound ways in which they shaped the fates of those who crossed their paths. Through the ages, these stories have resonated with those who sought to understand the mysteries of the underworld, their legacy a testament to the profound and often chilling influence of the seven princesses of hell. In the dark corners of folklore and myth, where the shadows of ancient stories linger, the seven princesses of hell have cast their long and haunting shadows across cultures and civilizations. Their images have seeped into art, literature, and ritual, their legacies reflected in ways that evoke both fear and fascination. Lilith, the first princess, has often been portrayed as the archetype of female power and rebellion. In ancient Mesopotamian culture, she was depicted as a fearsome figure, a succubus whose presence was both alluring and terrifying. Early depictions show her with long flowing hair and a predatory gaze, a symbol of independence and defiance against the patriarchal order. In medieval Jewish folklore, she was seen as a demoness who preyed upon newborn children and pregnant women, her image a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. Lilith's representation in these stories carries a sense of foreboding and strength, a reflection of her complex role in the fabric of myth. Lilith, the first princess, has become a symbol of empowerment and rebellion in modern times. No longer just a figure of fear and defiance, she is often portrayed as a feminist icon in literature and pop culture. She embodies the struggle for independence and self-assertion, her image updated to reflect contemporary themes of liberation and strength. Modern depictions show her not as a mere demoness but as a complex character whose fight against oppression resonates with today's struggles for equality and autonomy. Her transformation into a figure of empowerment highlights the enduring relevance of her myth in the face of modern issues. Agrit Bat Mallet, the Night Queen, is now often depicted through a lens of gothic and supernatural allure. Contemporary works portray her as a mysterious and enchanting figure, her dominion over the night and dreams explored in new and intriguing ways. She is seen as a guardian of hidden knowledge and secrets, her power over the dark symbolizing the allure of the unknown. Modern portrayals in movies, books, and art capture her enigmatic presence, reflecting a fascination with the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the everyday world. Agrit's character invites exploration into the shadows, where her influence over dreams and secrets continues to enthrall. Naama, the seductress, has been reinterpreted in modern media as a symbol of temptation and allure, but with a nuanced twist. She is no longer just a figure of manipulation but also one of seduction that explores the complexities of human desire and attraction. In contemporary stories, Naama's charm is depicted with an understanding of the dual nature of seduction, both its power and its potential for destruction. She is often portrayed in literature and film as a character whose influence is both captivating and dangerous, reflecting the multifaceted nature of attraction and the consequences it can bring. Astarte, the War Princess, has found a place in modern narratives as a fierce warrior and strategic genius. Her depiction as a strong and skilled fighter resonates with contemporary themes of empowerment and heroism. Modern interpretations highlight her role as a leader and strategist, showing her in a light that celebrates her strength and courage. In various media, Astarte is portrayed as a commanding figure whose prowess in battle is matched by her strategic brilliance, making her a symbol of resilience and tactical excellence. Aishat Zanunim, the Dark Mother, is represented in contemporary culture as a figure of profound depth, embodying both creation and destruction. Modern portrayals explore her role as a nurturing yet formidable force, reflecting the complexities of motherhood and the power of life and death. In literature and art, Aishat is shown as a character who balances her nurturing qualities with a commanding presence, highlighting her role in both fostering and challenging life. Her modern image captures the duality of her character, making her a compelling figure in discussions about the nature of creation and destruction. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, has been reimagined in modern media as a majestic and formidable entity. Contemporary interpretations emphasize her awe-inspiring power over the oceans and the deep, her presence evoking a sense of grandeur and mystery. In films, books, and games, Leviathan is often depicted as a colossal creature whose influence extends beyond mere terror to a deep respect for the natural world's vastness. Her modern portrayal reflects both the majesty and the fear that the ocean's depths inspire, capturing the essence of her dominion over the sea. These modern interpretations of the seven princesses of hell are more than just updates, they are a reflection of our evolving understanding of these ancient figures. They have been woven into the fabric of contemporary culture in ways that resonate with current themes and concerns. Each princess, with her unique blend of power and complexity, continues to capture the imagination, her story evolving to reflect the ever-changing landscape of human experience and storytelling. Their modern representations not only honor their mythic origins, but also bring their timeless stories to life in ways that speak to the heart of today's audiences. In the chilling expanse of the infernal landscape lies Lilith's domain, a place where shadows stretch endlessly and the air is thick with a sense of timeless darkness. Her realm is a reflection of her own complex nature, both alluring and terrifying, a land that mirrors her strength and rebellion. As you step into Lilith's world, you are enveloped by an oppressive yet captivating atmosphere. The skies overhead are a swirling mass of dark clouds, constantly shifting and roiling as if in eternal turmoil. Occasionally, the clouds part to reveal glimpses of a blood-red moon, its light casting eerie, flickering shadows across the land. This is a world where day and night are one, and time seems to have no meaning, where every moment feels both hauntingly beautiful and unendingly bleak. The ground of Lilith's domain is uneven, marked by jagged rocks and desolate wastelands. Amidst the arid terrain, blackened trees twist grotesquely toward the sky, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Occasionally, these trees bear strange fruits, crimson and pulsing with an inner light, that seem to draw the eye with a sinister allure. The fruit's mesmerizing glow is a stark contrast to the darkness surrounding it, hinting at the realm's deceptive beauty. The air here is filled with a cold, biting wind that carries whispers and echoes from unseen sources. These murmurs are unsettling, as if the very ground beneath your feet is alive and aware. The wind often howls mournfully, creating an eerie symphony that seems to mourn the lost souls trapped within this domain. Each gust of wind seems to carry the weight of forgotten promises and lost hopes, adding to the sense of melancholy that permeates the air. Lilith's palace stands at the heart of this grim landscape, a grand and imposing structure that rises from the barren earth like a dark spire. Its towers are sharp and angular, crafted from obsidian and onyx, giving it a formidable and almost otherworldly appearance. The palace's walls are adorned with intricate carvings that tell the tales of Lilith's defiance and power, each image a depiction of her triumphs and her battles against those who sought to subjugate her. Inside the palace, the atmosphere is both oppressive and awe-inspiring. The corridors are dimly lit by flickering torches, their flames casting long, wavering shadows that seem to dance and writhe along the walls. The scent of burning incense hangs heavily in the air, mingling with the faint, metallic tang of something ancient and powerful. The vast halls are lined with dark, polished stones that absorb rather than reflect light, making the palace feel both majestic and claustrophobic. Lilith's throne room is the centerpiece of her palace, a grand chamber with a high, vaulted ceiling that is lost in shadow. At its center sits a massive throne, carved from a single block of dark stone and adorned with intricate patterns and symbols. This throne, imposing and unyielding, is both a symbol of her power and a seat of her dominion. Lilith herself sits upon this throne, her presence radiating a palpable sense of authority and fierce independence. Her gaze, sharp and penetrating, seems to see through to the very soul of anyone who dares to enter her presence. Surrounding the throne are strange, otherworldly creatures that seem to be both servants and guardians. These beings, with their shadowy forms and eyes that glint with a malevolent intelligence, move silently and purposefully, maintaining the realm's eerie order. Their presence adds to the sense of unease that pervades the palace, a constant reminder of Lilith's dominion and the dangers that lurk within her domain. Lilith's realm is also marked by a labyrinthine network of underground caverns and tunnels. These dark passages are filled with ancient, forgotten artifacts and relics of a bygone era. The walls of the caverns are adorned with strange symbols and runes, their meanings lost to time, but their presence a constant reminder of the dark magic that permeates the land. The air in these tunnels is heavy with a sense of foreboding, and the deeper you venture, the more you feel the weight of ancient secrets pressing down upon you. Despite the darkness and the fear that pervade Lilith's realm, there is also a haunting beauty to it. The realm's desolation is punctuated by rare moments of striking beauty, glowing pools of liquid that shimmer with an ethereal light, gardens of dark, exotic flowers that bloom with an almost unnatural vibrancy, and the occasional burst of brilliant color that stands out starkly against the otherwise bleak landscape. These moments of beauty are fleeting and often overshadowed by the underlying darkness, but they serve as a reminder of the complex nature of Lilith's domain. In the heart of this dark and enigmatic world, Lilith reigns supreme, her realm a testament to her power and her defiance. It is a place where shadows dominate and time stands still, where the line between beauty and terror is blurred, and where every corner holds a secret waiting to be discovered. In the heart of Asmodeus' enchanted lands lies a world that is as captivating as it is haunting. This is a place where beauty and magic intertwine in a way that is both mesmerizing and unsettling. The landscape is a vibrant tapestry of colors and illusions, where every corner holds a new wonder and every shadow hides a potential danger. As you step into Asmodeus' lands, the first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming sense of enchantment. The sky above is a constant swirl of brilliant hues, purples, blues, and pinks, creating an ever-shifting canvas that seems to pulse with magical energy. It's as if the very air is alive with a subtle, shimmering glow, casting an ethereal light over everything below. The ground beneath your feet is covered in lush, fantastical vegetation. Trees with iridescent leaves stretch high into the sky, their branches bending in impossible shapes as if caught in a gentle, unseen breeze. Flowers of every imaginable color bloom in profusion, their petals glowing softly in the dim light. These flowers release a sweet, intoxicating fragrance that fills the air, enchanting all who breathe it in. Yet, there is something unsettling about this beauty. Each flower seems to possess a subtle, almost sentient quality, as if they are watching you with silent, knowing eyes. Streams of liquid light wend their way through the landscape, their waters shimmering with a rainbow of colors. These streams are not merely beautiful, they are enchanted, flowing with a magical essence that can both heal and harm. The water has a soothing, calming effect, but it can also ensnare the unwary with its gentle allure. It's easy to become mesmerized by the gentle, sparkling flow, only to realize too late that the waters hold secrets and dangers beneath their serene surface. Scattered throughout the land are clusters of crystalline formations, their surfaces reflecting the ever-changing light in dazzling patterns. These crystals hum softly, creating a haunting melody that seems to resonate with the very soul. The sound is both soothing and eerie, as if the land itself is whispering ancient secrets through its shimmering treasures. Some of these crystals are said to hold powerful enchantments, their magic both beautiful and dangerous. In the midst of this enchanting landscape stands Asmodeus' Palace, a magnificent structure that blends seamlessly with the surrounding beauty. The palace is built from materials that seem to change with the light, shifting from deep blues to bright golds as the sun moves across the sky. Its towers and spires rise gracefully, adorned with intricate patterns that glimmer with a soft, magical light. The palace appears to float above the ground, supported by unseen forces, giving it an otherworldly, ethereal quality. Inside the palace, the enchantment continues. The walls are lined with tapestries that depict scenes of wonder and beauty, their colors shifting and changing as if they are alive. The floors are covered in a soft, luminous material that feels like walking on clouds. The air is filled with the delicate sound of music, a constant, enchanting melody that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Asmodeus herself, the enchantress, moves through her lands with an air of effortless grace. Her presence adds an extra layer of allure to the already magical environment. She is both enchanting and enigmatic, her beauty is mesmerizing as the land she rules. Her eyes sparkle with a hint of mischief, and her laughter carries a haunting quality that echoes through the enchanted lands. Those who encounter her find themselves both captivated and unsettled, drawn in by her charm but wary of the power she wields. The inhabitants of Asmodeus' lands are as enchanting as the landscape itself. They are beings of magic and mystery, their forms ever-changing and their motives often unclear. Some are friendly and helpful, while others are tricksters, eager to lead travelers astray. The inhabitants move through their world with a fluid grace, their actions often guided by whims and enchantments. Interacting with them is a delicate dance, as their true intentions can be as shifting and elusive as the magical environment they inhabit. The enchanted lands of Asmodeus are a place of wonder and peril, where beauty can be both a blessing and a curse. The magic that flows through the land is both alluring and dangerous, creating an environment that is as captivating as it is treacherous. Each step taken in this world reveals new wonders and hidden threats, making every moment an adventure and enchantment. In Asmodeus' lands, reality and illusion intertwine in a mesmerizing dance. The enchantments that fill the air create a world that is both breathtaking and disconcerting, where beauty can turn to danger in an instant. As you wander through this magical realm, you are constantly reminded of the delicate balance between allure and peril, and the ever-present sense that you are a guest in a world where enchantment reigns supreme. Step into Nehemus' seductive territories, and you will be immediately struck by an aura of irresistible allure. This is a land where temptation and desire reign supreme, where every sight, sound, and scent is designed to enchant and ensnare. As you enter Nehemus' domain, the atmosphere shifts dramatically. The skies above are a rich, velvety dusk, painted in shades of deep burgundy and twilight purple. The air is heavy with a sweet, intoxicating perfume that seems to linger long after you've left. It's as if the very essence of the land is designed to seduce the senses, drawing you in with an almost hypnotic allure. The landscape here is a vision of sensual beauty. Rolling hills are covered in lush, velvet-like grasses that sway gently in the breeze, their movement creating a mesmerizing dance of color. Trees with leaves of shimmering silver and gold stand tall, their branches forming graceful arches over the winding paths below. These trees are adorned with glowing, delicate flowers that release a heady fragrance into the air, making the environment feel both enchanting and dangerously enticing. The ground is dotted with shimmering pools of liquid that seem to be made of molten moonlight. These pools are not just beautiful but are said to have magical properties, offering glimpses into one's deepest desires and fears. The water's surface ripples softly, creating patterns that draw you closer, promising to reveal secrets if you dare to gaze into them. However, their allure is dangerous, for the reflections can distort reality, leading the unwary traveler into confusion and temptation. Throughout Nehemus' territories, you'll find luxurious gardens bursting with exotic, otherworldly flowers. Each blossom is more stunning than the last, their petals glistening with an almost imperceptible glow. These gardens are designed to captivate and ensnare, each flower more enticing than the next, promising beauty and pleasure with every glance. Yet, there is a hidden danger. The flowers are not just beautiful but also possess an enchanting quality that can draw people in and trap them in their own desires. Nehemus' palace is the focal point of this seductive land. It is a grand structure of opulence and grace, with towering spires and intricate designs that sparkle in the dim, seductive light. The palace appears to shift and change, its walls and towers seeming to move and morph as if it is a living, breathing entity. The very architecture seems to whisper promises of pleasure and delight, its opulence a testament to Nehemus' mastery of allure. Inside the palace, every room is a sensory feast. The halls are lined with rich, dark tapestries that shimmer and shift in the ambient light, creating an ever-changing display of mesmerizing patterns. The floors are covered in soft, plush carpets that feel like walking on clouds, and the air is filled with a subtle, alluring music that seems to seep into your very soul. Each room is designed to enchant and seduce, with sumptuous furnishings and delicate, flickering candlelight that adds to the atmosphere of intimate allure. Nehemus herself is a vision of captivating beauty, her presence both commanding and irresistibly charming. She moves with a grace that seems almost otherworldly, her every gesture and glance designed to captivate and enchant. Her eyes, deep and alluring, hold a promise of pleasure and secrets yet to be revealed. Her voice, soft and melodious, carries an undertone of temptation, making it impossible to resist her magnetic pull. The inhabitants of Nehemus' territories are as enchanting as their surroundings. They are beings of extraordinary beauty and charm, their appearances often shifting to reflect their innermost desires and the deepest longings of those they encounter. These beings move through the land with a seductive grace, their interactions filled with an air of mystery and allure. They are skilled at weaving enchantments and illusions, creating an environment where reality and fantasy blur seamlessly. Yet, amidst all the allure, there is an underlying sense of danger. The seductive beauty of the land can easily lead one astray, as the enchantments and illusions that permeate the environment can twist perceptions and desires. The temptation to give in to one's deepest cravings is ever present, and the seductive charm of the land can mask the potential for peril. The beauty of Nehemu's domain is a double-edged sword, offering pleasure and delight while also holding the risk of leading travelers into the depths of their own desires. In Nehemu's seductive territories, every aspect of the land is designed to enchant and ensnare. From the intoxicating scents and mesmerizing sights to the luxurious surroundings and alluring inhabitants, this is a place where beauty and temptation reign supreme. The seductive charm of the land is both a blessing and a curse, offering a taste of otherworldly pleasure while also revealing the dangers that lie hidden beneath the surface. Each moment spent in this land is a tantalizing dance with desire, a journey through a world where every sensation is designed to captivate and enthrall. As you step into Astartes war zones, you are instantly met with a jarring contrast to the beauty of other realms. Here, the land itself seems to tremble with the echoes of ancient battles and the roar of conflict. The sky above is a stormy canvas of dark clouds, crackling with flashes of lightning that illuminate the desolation below. The air is thick with the scent of smoke and the distant cries of battle, creating an atmosphere that is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The terrain is a chaotic expanse of war-torn landscapes. Jagged rocks and scorched earth stretch out in every direction, scarred by the relentless fury of combat. The ground is littered with the remnants of past skirmishes, broken weapons, shattered shields, and the charred remains of once vibrant vegetation. The very soil seems to whisper tales of violence and strife, each step taken a reminder of the fierce conflicts that have shaped this land. In the midst of this devastation, you'll find the remnants of fortresses and battlefields, their once grand structures now reduced to crumbling ruins. The ruins are stark and formidable, their broken walls and shattered towers standing as silent witnesses to the ferocity of the wars that have raged here. The air around these ruins is charged with a palpable sense of tension, as if the very stones hold the memories of countless clashes and the ghosts of fallen warriors. The remnants of war are not only found in the landscape but in the very atmosphere. The sky is perpetually overcast, with heavy, dark clouds that seem to loom ominously, casting an oppressive shadow over the land. Occasional flashes of lightning pierce the gloom, illuminating the scorched earth and the skeletal remains of ancient structures. The thunder that follows is a constant, rumbling reminder of the ceaseless power and rage that defines Astartes' domain. Amid the chaos, Astartes' own presence is unmistakable. She is a figure of formidable strength and commanding presence, her very being exuding an aura of unrelenting power. Her armor is adorned with symbols of war and conquest, and her eyes blaze with the intensity of someone who has seen countless battles. She moves through her war zones with an air of authority, her very presence reinforcing the sense of dominance and control that defines her realm. The inhabitants of Astartes' war zones are as fierce and unyielding as the land itself. These are beings forged by conflict, their forms hardened and their eyes sharp with the ever-present readiness for battle. They navigate the harsh terrain with ease, their movements precise and deliberate, reflecting the constant state of readiness that defines their existence. Their interactions are marked by a no-nonsense attitude, their conversations often punctuated by the sounds of clashing metal and the distant echoes of combat. The war zones are also dotted with training grounds and arenas, where the inhabitants hone their skills and prepare for the next battle. These areas are intense and brutal, filled with the sounds of clashing swords and the harsh commands of trainers. The training grounds are designed to push the limits of endurance and skill, reflecting the unyielding nature of Astartes' domain and the relentless pursuit of excellence in combat. Despite the overwhelming focus on warfare, there are moments of unexpected beauty amidst the devastation. Patches of wildflowers, resilient and vibrant, emerge from the cracks in the scorched earth. Their bright colors stand out starkly against the grim backdrop, a symbol of life's persistence even in the face of overwhelming adversity. These flowers, though fleeting, offer a poignant reminder of the strength and resilience that can emerge from the most challenging circumstances. As you traverse Astartes war zones, the sense of history and legacy is inescapable. The land itself feels alive with the echoes of past battles and the reverberations of long-forgotten conflicts. Each step taken on this scarred earth is a reminder of the relentless power and enduring spirit that define Astartes' domain. The war zones are a testament to the intensity of conflict and the unwavering strength that can arise from it, leaving a lasting impression on all who enter this tumultuous realm. In Astartes' war zones, every aspect of the environment reflects the essence of conflict and strength. The landscape, the ruins, and the inhabitants all contribute to a world that is as powerful as it is formidable. The intensity of the land and the unyielding nature of its ruler create an atmosphere that is both awe-inspiring and humbling, leaving an indelible mark on those who experience its fierce and unrelenting beauty. From the very first step into Leviathan's watery kingdom, you are enveloped by an overwhelming sense of the unknown and the majestic power of the sea. The land seems to vanish, replaced by an endless expanse of shimmering blue. As you look around, the world is entirely dominated by water, a vast ocean stretching as far as the eye can see, filled with wonders and dangers alike. The water is a swirling mixture of deep blues and emerald greens, with patterns that shift and shimmer as if alive. Occasionally, the surface is broken by towering waves, each crest glistening in the light like a jewel. These waves move with a graceful, yet commanding, rhythm, their movements a testament to Leviathan's immense power over the waters. The air is saturated with the salty tang of the sea, mixed with a faint, otherworldly scent that hints at ancient secrets and unfathomable depths. Beneath the surface, the ocean reveals a world of mesmerizing beauty and haunting mystery. The underwater kingdom is a breathtaking spectacle of colorful coral reefs, their intricate structures teeming with vibrant sea life. Schools of fish dart through the water like living rainbows, their scales reflecting sunlight in dazzling patterns. Strange and wondrous creatures glide gracefully among the corals, their movements fluid and elegant, each one more fantastical than the last. As you venture further into Leviathan's domain, the grandeur of the underwater landscape becomes even more apparent. Enormous underwater caverns stretch out like natural cathedrals, their walls adorned with bioluminescent algae that cast an eerie, ethereal glow. These caverns are filled with ancient treasures, forgotten relics, and lost artifacts, each one a testament to the rich history and untold mysteries of the sea. In the heart of this watery kingdom stands Leviathan's grand palace, an awe-inspiring structure that seems to rise organically from the depths. The palace is a colossal creation of shimmering coral and polished sea glass, its towers and arches reaching upward like the outstretched fingers of a giant. Light filters through the water, casting a soft, mesmerizing glow on the palace's intricate designs. The walls are adorned with delicate, flowing patterns that seem to dance and shift with the ebb and flow of the tides. Inside the palace, the atmosphere is both regal and serene. The halls are vast and open, their ceilings high and adorned with shimmering strands of pearls and precious stones. The floor is a smooth, polished surface that reflects the ambient light, creating the illusion of walking on liquid silver. The rooms are filled with luxurious furnishings made from the finest materials of the sea, iridescent shells, shimmering seaweed, and intricate coral carvings. Leviathan's presence is commanding and majestic. He is a colossal figure, his form both awe-inspiring and fearsome. His scales are deep, dark blue, speckled with shimmering patterns that seem to shift and change as he moves. His eyes are piercing and ancient, holding the wisdom and power of the ocean's depths. When he moves, it is with a slow, deliberate grace that commands respect and reverence. His voice, when he speaks, echoes with the rumble of distant thunder and the soothing sound of rolling waves, a powerful combination that reflects the dual nature of his dominion. The inhabitants of Leviathan's kingdom are as varied and intriguing as the landscape itself. From majestic sea serpents that glide through the water with effortless grace to smaller, more delicate creatures that dart among the corals, each being plays a role in the intricate tapestry of the underwater realm. They move with a fluidity and elegance that mirrors the natural flow of the water, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the sea. Yet, beneath the surface beauty of Leviathan's kingdom lies an underlying current of danger and mystery. The ocean is a place of both wonder and peril, where hidden threats lurk in the shadows and the forces of nature can turn on a dime. The grandeur of the kingdom is a reminder of the immense power that Leviathan wields, a power that is as unpredictable and vast as the ocean itself. As you traverse Leviathan's watery kingdom, you are struck by the sheer scale and majesty of the land. The vastness of the ocean, the beauty of the underwater landscapes, and the power of Leviathan himself create a world that is both mesmerizing and humbling. Every moment spent in this domain is a reminder of the incredible depth and complexity of the sea, a testament to the awe-inspiring nature of Leviathan's reign. Stepping into Aishth-Zanunim's dark haven feels like crossing the threshold into an ancient, forgotten world. The darkness here is not merely the absence of light, but a living, breathing presence that wraps around you like a heavy, suffocating cloak. Shadows twist and writhe in the dimness, as if trying to escape the oppressive weight of the place. Each step you take echoes in the silence, a reminder of the eerie quiet that blankets this somber land. The landscape is a stark and unsettling contrast to more vibrant realms. The ground is covered in a thick, black mist that swirls around your feet, obscuring your view and making every step uncertain. The trees are gnarled and twisted, their branches stretching out like skeletal hands reaching for the sky. They seem almost alive, their forms shifting and changing as if caught in a never-ending struggle. The leaves are dark, inky black, giving off an unsettling sheen that hints at the unnatural forces at work here. In the distance, you can make out the silhouette of Aishth-Zanunim's dark citadel, rising from the mist like a dark, brooding monolith. The citadel's architecture is as foreboding as the land itself, with towering spires and sharp angles that create an impression of harshness and rigidity. The walls are made of a dark, smooth stone that seems to absorb light, making the structure look as though it's been hewn from the very darkness surrounding it. The air around the citadel crackles with a palpable sense of malevolence, a feeling that only grows stronger as you draw closer. Inside the citadel, the atmosphere is both grand and chilling. The halls are vast and open, their ceilings lost in the darkness above. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings that depict scenes of ancient rituals and dark ceremonies, each one more unsettling than the last. The floors are covered with a deep, plush carpet that muffles your footsteps, making the silence even more oppressive. In the dim light cast by flickering torches, the shadows on the walls seem to move and shift, creating a disorienting and eerie effect. Aishth-Zanunim herself is a figure of both beauty and terror. Her appearance is striking and otherworldly, her skin a pale, almost luminescent white that contrasts sharply with the darkness around her. Her eyes are dark and penetrating, holding an unsettling depth that seems to see right through you. Her hair falls in dark, flowing waves that seem to blend into the shadows, adding to her enigmatic presence. When she moves, it is with a grace that is both captivating and unnerving, her every gesture infused with an otherworldly elegance. The inhabitants of the Dark Haven are as unsettling as their surroundings. They are beings of shadow and mist, their forms shifting and changing as they move. They seem to glide effortlessly through the darkness, their eyes glowing faintly with an eerie light. Their presence is both haunting and mesmerizing, adding to the sense of foreboding that pervades the land. Their movements are silent and deliberate, their conversations murmured in low, hushed tones that echo through the darkness. The Dark Haven is filled with dark, opulent furnishings that reflect Aishth-Zanunim's power and influence. The rooms are adorned with heavy drapes of deep, rich fabric that hang in oppressive folds, and the furniture is made of dark, polished wood that gleams ominously in the faint light. The decorations are elaborate and intricate, with motifs of darkness and mystery that add to the overall sense of unease. Despite the grandeur of the citadel, there is a constant undercurrent of tension and menace. The very air seems to hum with a barely contained energy, as if something ancient and powerful is always on the verge of emerging from the shadows. The silence is thick and oppressive, broken only by the occasional whisper of movement or the distant sound of footsteps. It is a place where every sound seems amplified, and every shadow holds the promise of hidden dangers. Aishth-Zanunim's Dark Haven is a realm that exists on the edge of nightmares, a place where the darkness is not just a backdrop but a living, breathing entity. The land is a reflection of its ruler's power and influence, a place where shadows and silence reign supreme. Every aspect of the Dark Haven, from the twisted landscape to the eerie citadel, and the haunting presence of its inhabitants, contributes to a world that is as beautiful as it is terrifying, leaving a lasting impression on all who enter its depths. Entering Agrid Bat Mallet's Night Realm feels like stepping into an endless, shadowy tapestry woven with the threads of twilight and dreams. As soon as you cross the threshold, a profound stillness envelopes you, and the darkness feels almost tangible, pressing gently against your skin like a soft, cold embrace. The sky above is a vast expanse of midnight blue, dotted with countless stars that shine with an eerie, almost hypnotic light. The land is bathed in a perpetual, gentle twilight, with the horizon perpetually in the deepening hues of evening. The landscape is an enchanting mixture of lush, dark forests and serene, silver lakes. The trees in this realm are tall and ancient, their leaves shimmering with an ethereal glow that seems to pulse with the rhythm of the night. The air is cool and crisp, carrying with it the faint scent of night-blooming flowers and the distant whisper of nocturnal creatures. As you wander through Agrid Bat Mallet's domain, you find yourself drawn to the serene beauty of the lakes. They are smooth and still, reflecting the starlit sky with an almost mirror-like clarity. The water is so clear that you can see the delicate play of light and shadow beneath the surface, creating mesmerizing patterns that seem to shift and dance with a life of their own. Occasionally, a gentle ripple disturbs the surface, sending out concentric waves that break the perfect reflection and remind you of the hidden depths below. In the heart of this tranquil yet haunting realm stands Agrid Bat Mallet's majestic palace. It rises from the earth with an otherworldly grace, crafted from dark, shimmering stone that seems to absorb the light around it. The palace is adorned with intricate carvings and delicate, flowing designs that evoke the fluidity of night and dreams. Its towers reach high into the sky, their spires piercing the starlit darkness like fingers grasping for the heavens. The interior of the palace is a wonder to behold, a vast expanse of dark, reflective surfaces and soft, ambient light. The walls are lined with rich tapestries that depict scenes of moonlit landscapes and fantastical creatures, each one rendered with stunning detail and artistry. The floors are smooth and cool underfoot, their surface a deep, lustrous black that seems to absorb and reflect the dim light in an almost hypnotic manner. Agrid Bat Mallet herself is a vision of nocturnal beauty and mystery. Her presence is both alluring and intimidating, her form draped in flowing garments of deep indigo and silver that shimmer with the light of the stars. Her eyes are a captivating, otherworldly shade of silver, glowing softly with an inner light that seems to hold the secrets of countless nights. When she moves, it is with a grace that speaks of ancient elegance and untold power, her every motion fluid and mesmerizing. The inhabitants of the Night Realm are as enchanting as their surroundings. They are beings of shadow and light, their forms shifting and changing with the ebb and flow of the twilight. They glide silently through the darkness, their movements as smooth as the water of the lakes and as elusive as the shadows among the trees. Their voices are soft and melodious, carrying the echoes of ancient songs and lullabies that add to the realm's dreamlike quality. The Night Realm is also home to a variety of magical and mystical creatures. You might catch glimpses of sleek, midnight black panthers prowling through the underbrush, their eyes glowing with a soft, luminous light. Graceful, ethereal deer with silver antlers move silently through the trees, their presence adding to the sense of enchantment that pervades the land. Each creature seems to be an integral part of the realm's delicate balance, their presence a reminder of the magic and mystery that defines Agrid Bat Mallet's domain. Despite its beauty, the Night Realm is a place where shadows hide secrets and whispers carry both wonder and warning. The ever-present twilight creates an atmosphere of serene melancholy, a reminder of the fragile boundary between the known and the unknown. The palace, while magnificent, holds an enigmatic quality, its opulence overshadowed by the sense of hidden depths and untold mysteries. Every corner of Agrid Bat Mallet's Night Realm tells a story, from the tranquil lakes that reflect the starlit sky to the grand palace that stands as a testament to her power and grace. The land is a place of dreamlike beauty and haunting allure, a realm where the boundaries between reality and illusion blur. and where every moment spent in its depths is a step further into the heart of night's most exquisite secrets. In a forgotten corner of the world, where time seems to stand still and whispers of ancient lore linger in the air, lies a prophecy that has haunted the dreams of many. It speaks of the 7 princesses of hell, each one a beacon of power and darkness, destined to shape the fate of their domain in ways that are both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The prophecy is etched in cryptic symbols on an ancient stone tablet, hidden away in the deepest recesses of a forsaken temple. This tablet, weathered by centuries, holds the key to understanding the destiny of the 7 princesses. Each symbol and inscription is a fragment of a grand tale, a story of power, betrayal, and destiny intertwined with the very fabric of the universe. According to the prophecy, the 7 princesses are not merely rulers but embodiments of primal forces. They are destined to come together at a pivotal moment when the balance between chaos and order teeters on the edge. It is said that their combined power will either bring about a new age of darkness or restore equilibrium to their world, depending on the choices they make and the paths they follow. The prophecy describes the princesses with a mix of reverence and fear. Lilith, the first princess, is foretold to wield the power of creation and destruction. Her presence is said to bring both wonder and terror, as her choices have the potential to reshape the world in unimaginable ways. Asmodeus, the enchantress, is prophesied to hold sway over illusions and dreams, with the ability to bend reality itself. Her influence is described as both mesmerizing and perilous, capable of leading others astray or guiding them to profound truths. Mammon, the seductress, is spoken of with a sense of foreboding. Her power to captivate and manipulate is seen as a double-edged sword, capable of forging powerful alliances or causing devastating betrayals. Astarte, the war princess, is predicted to be a force of unparalleled strength and strategy, her presence bringing both hope and dread to those who face her. Her role is crucial, as she is destined to lead in times of conflict, her decisions shaping the fate of many. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, is described as a being of immense and unfathomable power. The prophecy hints at a darkness so profound that it can engulf entire worlds, yet it also suggests that his influence can bring about a deep, cleansing change. Aishit-Zanunim, the Dark Mother, is portrayed as a nurturing yet formidable figure, her power to create and destroy life marking her as a key player in the prophecy's unfolding drama. Finally, Agrid-Bat-Mallet, the Night Queen, is depicted as a guardian of secrets and shadows. Her realm is one of twilight and mystery, her role in the prophecy suggesting a pivotal part in guiding or obscuring the truth. Her influence is seen as both a shield and a veil, protecting the world from some truths while hiding others. The prophecy's predictions are not set in stone but are subject to the actions and decisions of the princesses themselves. It is said that their fate will be determined by their choices, alliances, and betrayals, each decision echoing through the corridors of time. The prophecy hints at a great convergence, a moment when all 7 will be drawn together, their paths crossing in a dramatic culmination of their destinies. This convergence is described as a time of great upheaval and transformation, a moment when the balance of power will shift, and the world will hold its breath. The actions of the 7 princesses will either bring about a new era of darkness or restore the balance, depending on whether they align themselves with chaos or order. Their choices will have far-reaching consequences, shaping the world in ways that are both profound and unpredictable. The ancient text also speaks of a chosen one, a figure who will play a crucial role in the prophecy's resolution. This individual is said to be a bridge between the princesses and the forces that shape their world, their actions guiding or disrupting the flow of destiny. The prophecy offers little clarity about this figure, leaving their identity shrouded in mystery and their role open to interpretation. As the prophecy unfolds, it becomes clear that the 7 princesses are not just figures of legend but active participants in a cosmic drama. Their destinies are intertwined with the fate of their world, and their choices will echo through history, shaping the future in ways that are both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The prophecy is a reminder of the fragile balance between power and responsibility, and the impact of every decision made in the shadow of such immense influence. In the heart of hell, where shadows twist and power reign supreme, the arrival of the 7 princesses sent ripples through the very fabric of its hierarchy. Each princess brought with her a new wave of influence, altering the ancient order and reshaping the destinies of countless souls and demons alike. The first tremor came with Lilith, the first princess. Her presence marked a profound shift in Hell's hierarchy. Once a figure of both reverence and fear, Lilith's arrival was more than just a change in leadership, it was a transformation. Her power to create and destroy made her an unrivaled force. The demons who once held sway were now overshadowed by her immense authority. Her decisions were not just commands, but declarations that resonated through the underworld, altering allegiances and realigning the balance of power. Asmodeus, the enchantress, introduced a new layer of complexity. Her dominion over dreams and illusions created a web of intrigue and manipulation. The hierarchy, once clear-cut and rigid, became a labyrinth of shifting allegiances and veiled intentions. Demons who had once acted openly now had to navigate a world where nothing was as it seemed. Asmodeus' influence encouraged a culture of deception and strategy, making the political landscape of Hell as treacherous as it was unpredictable. Then came Neema, the seductress, whose arrival was nothing short of seismic. Her power to captivate and manipulate made her a master of alliances and betrayals. The old power structures found themselves challenged by her ability to bend others to her will. Those who thought themselves untouchable now had to guard against her subtle, yet powerful influence. Neema's effect on Hell's hierarchy was profound, creating an environment where trust was a rare commodity and every alliance was a potential trap. Astarte, the War Princess, brought a fierce and unyielding force into Hell's structure. Her strategic brilliance and martial prowess demanded respect and instilled fear. The battles she waged were not just for dominance, but for a redefinition of power itself. Her influence was felt in every corner of Hell, as old conflicts were reignited and new strategies were formulated. The once stable hierarchy became a battleground of shifting power, where Astarte's decisions had the power to alter the course of entire legions. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, added a layer of raw, elemental power to the mix. His presence was like a storm surge, powerful and unstoppable. The deep and uncharted territories of Hell were his domain, and with his control came a new form of influence. Leviathan's power was felt in the subterranean depths, where his dominion over the waters and the creatures within them brought a new kind of authority. The hierarchy had to accommodate his vast and often unpredictable influence, shifting to account for the raw power he wielded. Aishat Zanunim, the Dark Mother, introduced a nurturing yet fearsome presence into the hierarchy. Her ability to both create and destroy life brought a new dimension to Hell's structure. She was a figure of paradox, embodying both creation and annihilation. Her role was pivotal, as her influence extended into the very fabric of Hell's existence. The hierarchy had to adapt to her unique power, balancing between her nurturing side and her capacity for destruction. Agrit Bat Malat, the Night Queen, cast a shadow over Hell's hierarchy. Her control over the nocturnal and the mysterious introduced an element of uncertainty and fear. The darkness she commanded was not just a physical space, but a realm of secrets and hidden dangers. Agrit Bat Malat's influence meant that even the most secure positions were susceptible to the unknown. Her power created an atmosphere of perpetual twilight, where nothing was ever fully revealed, and every action had hidden consequences. The impact of these 7 princesses on Hell's hierarchy was transformative. The once clear lines of power and influence became blurred, with each princess adding her own layer of complexity to the already intricate structure. Alliances were forged and broken with unprecedented frequency. Old power players found their positions challenged, and new contenders rose to prominence. The political landscape of Hell became a fluid and ever-changing arena, where the presence of each princess reshaped the balance of power and altered the course of its dark history. In this tumultuous environment, the 7 princesses were not just rulers but agents of change. Their influence was profound, creating a dynamic and ever-shifting hierarchy where every decision and action reverberated through the underworld. Hell's structure became a reflection of their combined power, a place where the ancient order was constantly redefined by the will and impact of these 7 formidable figures. In the shadowed corners of Hell, the stories of the 7 princesses continue to cast their dark, lingering light. Their legacies are not just whispered legends but echo in every twist of fate and every shiver that runs through the underworld. These princesses, with their immense power and profound influence, left marks that are as enduring as they are haunting. Lilith, the first princess, is remembered not just for her creation but for her formidable presence. Her name is synonymous with both creation and destruction, a duality that defines the essence of her legacy. Lilith's influence is felt in every corner of hell, where her power over creation and annihilation continues to shape the lives and destinies of countless souls. Her legacy is etched into the very fabric of hell, where her spirit lingers, reminding all of the balance between birth and ruin. Asmodeus, the enchantress, wove a legacy of illusion and enchantment that continues to shape the political and social landscape of hell. Her power to manipulate dreams and reality left a trail of intrigue and deception. Demons navigate their existence with the constant awareness that nothing is as it seems. Asmodeus' legacy lives on in the ever-present web of secrets and illusions, a reminder that even in the darkest of places, reality can be twisted by the power of the mind. Mammon, the seductress, crafted a legacy marked by her ability to charm and deceive. Her power to bend others to her will left a deep impact on the underworld. The trust she once manipulated now manifests as a pervasive sense of caution among the denizens of hell. Her influence is a constant reminder of the fragility of trust and the power of persuasion, shaping interactions and decisions in ways that still resonate with every whisper of deceit and every unspoken promise. Astarte, the war princess, left behind a legacy of strength and strategic brilliance. Her battle-hardened spirit and tactical genius are remembered in the continuing conflicts and power struggles within hell. The wars she fought and the strategies she devised have become a blueprint for those who seek to wield power and control. Her legacy is a testament to the relentless pursuit of dominance and the art of war, influencing every clash and every campaign in the dark expanse. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, is remembered for his immense and elemental power over the waters of hell. His legacy endures in the depths and the creatures that dwell within them. The raw, unbridled power he wielded continues to shape the very environment of hell. Leviathan's influence is a constant, churning force that reminds all of the primal and uncontrollable aspects of existence, where his presence can still be felt in every surge and every flood. Aishat-Zenonim, the Dark Mother, left a legacy that is both nurturing and terrifying. Her power to create life and destroy it has shaped the underworld's view of existence itself. The cycles of life and death she controlled are still felt in the ebb and flow of hell's population. Her legacy is one of paradox, where her nurturing side is forever intertwined with her capacity for destruction, reminding all of the dual nature of creation. Agrit-Bat-Malat, the Night Queen, crafted a legacy of mystery and fear. Her control over the darkness and the unknown continues to cast a shadow over hell. The secrets she harbored and the fears she invoked still influence the way demons perceive the night and the unknown. Agrit-Bat-Malat's legacy is a perpetual twilight, a reminder that the darkness holds countless secrets and dangers, shaping every shadow and every whispered fear. Together, the seven princesses' legacies form a complex and intertwined tapestry of influence and power. Their combined impact has created a dynamic and ever-shifting landscape within hell. Each princess, with her unique gifts and influences, has left an indelible mark that continues to shape the underworld. The echoes of their actions and decisions resonate through the corridors of hell, a constant reminder of their profound impact on its dark and twisted world. Their legacies are not just memories but active forces that continue to define the very nature of existence in the underworld, leaving a haunting imprint on all who dwell there. In the dark expanse of hell, the seven princesses reign with a power and influence that transcend mere tales and legends. Their legacy is a symphony of fear, beauty, and strength, each note echoing through the corridors of the underworld, shaping its very fabric. The influence of these princesses is felt in every corner of hell, each one contributing to a mosaic of power that is both mesmerizing and terrifying. Lilith, the first princess, cast the foundational shadow over hell with her creation and destruction. Her presence is a reminder of the primal forces that shape existence. The echoes of her actions reverberate in every act of creation and ruin, marking her as a symbol of the eternal dance between life and death. Her power is a constant reminder of the raw, untamed forces that drive the universe, an indelible imprint on Hell's existence. Asmodeus, the enchantress, brought a different kind of influence, one of allure and deceit. Her ability to weave illusions and manipulate reality shaped the political and social landscape of Hell. Her legacy is one of secrets and manipulation, where trust is a fragile and fleeting thing. Asmodeus' enchantments continue to influence the intricate dance of power and deception that defines Hell's society, where nothing is ever truly as it seems. Mammon, the seductress, wielded her charm like a blade, carving out a space where persuasion and deceit are tools of power. Her legacy is a testament to the strength of influence over brute force. The way she shaped the desires and actions of those around her left a lasting impact on how trust and manipulation are perceived. Mammon's power over hearts and minds continues to shape interactions and decisions, a reminder of the subtle but potent force of seduction. Astarte, the war princess, forged a legacy of strength and strategic brilliance. Her impact is felt in every battle and power struggle, where her tactical genius and unyielding spirit are remembered. The wars she fought and the strategies she devised remain blueprints for those who seek control and dominance. Astarte's legacy endures in the conflicts that shape Hell, where her influence is a constant reminder of the relentless pursuit of power. Leviathan, the ruler of the deep, represents the raw, untamed power of the waters. His influence is a constant force, shaping the environment of Hell with his immense power over the depths. Leviathan's legacy is a reminder of the primal and uncontrollable aspects of existence, where his presence is felt in every surge and flood, a testament to the power that lies beneath. Aishat Zanunim, the Dark Mother, embodies the duality of creation and destruction. Her influence is woven into the very cycles of life and death, shaping the ebb and flow of Hell's population. Aishat's legacy is a paradox of nurturing and annihilation, where her power continues to influence the delicate balance between life and death, a constant reminder of the cyclical nature of existence. Agrit Bat Malat, the Night Queen, left behind a legacy of mystery and fear. Her control over darkness and the unknown shapes the way demons perceive the night and the hidden. Her influence is a constant shadow, a reminder of the secrets and dangers that lurk in the darkness. Agrit Bat Malat's legacy continues to shape the way fear and the unknown are experienced, a perpetual twilight of mystery. The seven princesses, each with their unique power and influence, have left a complex and intertwined legacy. Their combined impact creates a dynamic and ever-shifting landscape within Hell. Each princess has contributed to a grand, haunting tapestry of power that continues to define the underworld. Their legacies are not mere memories but active forces that shape the very nature of existence in Hell. The influence of the seven princesses is a haunting testament to their power and presence. Their actions, decisions, and legacies continue to resonate through the corridors of Hell, shaping its dark and twisted world. The echoes of their power are felt in every corner, a reminder of the profound impact they have had on the underworld. Their legacy is a chilling reminder of the forces that drive existence, shaping every aspect of Hell's dark and enigmatic world.